Yo, my G's. Hope you're doing well. I've been meaning to do this video for a few days, but I didn't quite have the particular motivation or not motivation, but I wasn't quite sure what I was going to say exactly yet. But I wanted to talk about the topic on, um, yeah, having a song that goes viral and becoming popular like quickly versus having a track record in the music industry, specifically talking about drum and bass, obviously, because that's the scene that I'm most known in. Although, yeah, I obviously consider myself a music producer and I'm a lover of all music, to be honest, except reggaeton. That's unbearable. Unbearable. I'm warming to it since I was in South America, but realistically, it's still, yeah, let's move on. So, talking about drum and bass specifically, uh, I would say this because I mean, there's obviously there's way way bigger and more important people in the DNB scene than me. Like there's absolute legends. I can never compare to them and the amount of time that they've put in. But I have some form of a track record in DNB, and what I mean by that is, for me, it's always been about putting as much value back into the scene as I can over an extended period of time. So, yeah, when that's your goal, which it is for me, then like of course I don't really care if if I get a song that is a hit or goes viral or something, because I know that's what a lot of people want. They want to get like a hit or like a viral track. But the thing is, like, when you do that, it's like, how long is it going to be viral for? I mean, these days, probably like a week, and then you're back to square one, and then you've just, you just at nothing again, because there's so much good music being written. So for me, it really is survival of the fittest. That's why I go to the gym, mate. I ain't got gains like these. Trust me. No, I'm just kidding. But for me, it's always just been about not focusing on the results and just putting literally as much effort as I can into the scene as a whole. Yeah, so that's why I like to do things like tutorials, alongside releasing my own music, alongside starting up this label, so I can try and push some other people that I think are doing great things with their music. What else? Alongside playing events, meeting people, connecting people from all over the globe, making DNB that's different and trying to get people that aren't into DNB into DNB. Not to make it a mainstream genre, just to show people what I'm about, why I like it. Because I think it's the coolest music out there. Because it's like I always feel like it's sort of an empty canvas that you can put any idea onto with DNB, because it's sort of one of the most experimental in sound design. Yeah, it's still fun, funky, danceable, and heavy and banging and wicked to listen to on a night out. But the way that you can fuse any idea or any genre into it is what makes it so wicked to me. So that's why I love it. And that's why for me, it's all about creating a track record, putting a lifetime's work into it, building a discography. I've been releasing music for 10 years now, I've noticed, which is mental because I still look like I'm about 24 sometimes. But I've been producing for like 4 years before that. So really, it took me 4 years to get good enough to make a song that was release worthy. So those of you who are starting out in music production, you might have been dabbling here and there. I was going pretty heavy for like 4 years before I had my first release. And since I had my first release, it's now 10 years later, and I'm starting to get some traction, won't lie, getting some sick shows, played in Puerto Rico of all places, probably playing a show in Israel as well. Got some shows in the a sick show with my Absolute G audio in the Netherlands coming up. But yeah, this has not been a rushed process at all, and it's not even for me been about whether I get a result or not out of it. It's just been about putting my energy and attention and redirecting it into the music scene, which gave me so much enjoyment when I was younger and helped me get through breakups and helped me stay awake at festivals all night without getting absolutely on it. And it's provided so many emotional outlets in my life and made me feel good in times where I felt bad, and just I've had so many wicked nights, I've met so many people, I've made friends. All of this stuff is the reason why I do what I do, and it's purely to give value back into the scene. And yeah, granted, like, obviously I've got a bit of a knack for producing and arranging, and developed quite a good ear for mixdown and mastering over the years as well. But it's not that's the only way that you can also give back to the scene. You know, there's so many people working in the scene behind the scenes, or, you know, it's such a huge scene. You can work in it. You can do so many different things in it. So if you really love it, but let's say you want to take a different path other than producing, like, why not find another way you can keep doing that as a hobby, but also still work in the scene that you love? So there's so many avenues you can go down. But obviously, I'm talking to the producers out here, mostly. So, yeah, don't worry about making a viral hit or getting a song that pops now. Because, I mean, I've been doing this for 14 years. 14 years. Like, consistently. Like, I've gone away traveling. I've had weeks off here and there. I've been sick. I've had, like, times where I've been away. But really, every year I've been doing it, like, pretty consistently. And isn't that more valuable than just having a single track that does well? Like, who gives a shit? Who gives a fuck? Seriously. Think about all these legends. Think about how much hard work they put in. You know, your audios, your Ed Rush, your opticals. You know, you're talking Neurofunk here, but yeah, LTJ Bookham still touring now. Like, it basically pioneered the genre, still going. What a track record. How sick is that? That's what you should be focusing on, in my opinion. That's what has just naturally evolved for me. It's been, building a track record of a discography. Releases on different labels when I started, branching out to do my own thing, branching out to YouTube to give back to the community, sharing all of my knowledge, teaching people one-on-one. It's all just adding value to the scene in one way or another. And that's how I've decided that building a track record is so much infinitely better than worrying about one bloody song. So why worrying about one bloody song? Just finish it and upload it, for God's sake. All right? See you later.